Hello, thanks for coming along with us to test the MDX Type S in the wintry snow. Winter has arrived, and we had a decent amount dumped on us. We will be testing all things winter with the MDX, from engine startup to starting up the snowy mountain roads. Let's see if the MDX Type S is worth its weight in powdery, fluffy stuff as we see what it's capable of with its famous super handling all-wheel drive system. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And with that, let's get going.
So pretty.
Alrighty. Well, we got some snow. Shall we go for a ride? Integra S. Yeah, looks like they got some. Oh, jeez. Oh, slippery too. Here she is. So let's go ahead. We're gonna start the engine. So basically you do lock. Starts up. And let's see if this will help us so that we don't have to actually wipe any snow off. That's what we really want. So we're gonna leave this for about 10 minutes, come back, and see where we are. See if the Type S can handle this snow. What do you think? Well, let's see after about 10 minutes or so how Dexy is looking. Looks like still covered. So I'm going to have to. Oh, and it stopped, but look, we got some of that there. So if you go for a certain amount of time, it will stop. It'll turn the engine off. But I like to get that top little bit of snow off so that it doesn't get inside. Now get that out. Ooh, crunch. See if it actually works. Yeah, it works pretty good. Oh my gosh. That's gonna be really fun. Challenge accepted. All right, let's start it again. So, lock, engine hold. So Dexy starts up. This time we're gonna have to get a snow removal apparatus. Oh, and yes, we do. This one is amazing. You can see this one actually extends. So this is one of those sun cast. But I mean, look at that thing. Thing's amazing. All right, so let's go ahead and get some of this snow off. But I like the squeegee because you're not scratching as much. You're scratching a little bit, but it's also got these beveled edges. That black trim, it'll get scratched. So just be careful. But since we warmed up Dexy S just before, this is coming off like hot butter. No, it's coming off pretty good. I mean, look at that, it's coming off just fine. And then get some off the hood. You always, always, always want to get the hood, because as your engine heats, that snow's gonna melt. It'll blow right onto your windshield, which we don't want. Make sure to get those headlights. Yep, so it's just better. And if there's snow on top of the roof, that's what this extension is for. You do really wanna take the extra time, because as the car heats up, it could cause that to shift. So yes, it will take you some extra time. However, if this is uncovered, when you stop, it's not going to come all over your front windshield, which I see every single year. Let's leave a little bit for a snow spoiler, shall we? Oh yeah. But you can see here, It only takes 1 extra minute, but it's going to be worth it. So I would definitely recommend taking the time, invest in yourself and your safety, all right? Make sure that's all good to go, cleaned off. I have to get a little bit of that on your own, but it's still pretty good. Okay. And the tires that we're using on Dexy are the ones that come with the MDX Type S. So they're not, I mean, look at those treads. They're not crazy on the grip, but they're the cross contacts, they're all season. But if you're gonna be doing some major snow, I don't know about that. But we're gonna see how these do. And if they perform horribly, we might just get some more aggressive tread on here. All right. Okay. And there's enough space. We'll just put that down there. I'm gonna get some driving shoes because I don't like slippery shoes. So I got my slippers on. We'll let those be the slippery shoes. And we shall not touch the pedals with those slippery soles. Got one on. And we still have the OEM mats here. So when you do the remote start, when you get in, you actually do need to put your foot on the brake, right here, foot on the brake, and then start. Okay, so now it's actually in the mode that it needs to be in. Really awesome telescoping steering wheel. Check that out, it's awesome. Anyway, these pedals look amazing. The thing that I wish all manufacturers would do, but Honda doesn't do it, or Acura, so they could do it. See how I left the OEM protection film on? This just needs to be hard plastic of some sort. I don't know, but there's gotta be a way to integrate the mats. I know that they're worried about that sticking for safety, but there's gotta be a way. All right, so let's do these driving modes, okay? So you come over here. All right, we're gonna see what it looks like here. So you can see we're snow mode, so you flip to the left, and we will see how snow mode goes. If it's anything like our Pilot, it'll just accelerate less quickly. That's what we would expect, right? But does it actually help with the handling? It's questionable, I don't know. But these aren't snow tires, so we're gonna see how it does. So here we go. All right. Now when you're going in reverse, you should have all 4 brakes. So it's no better in reverse than any other car, but let's see how it drives, shall we? And with the car being all warmed up, this windshield should be perfectly clean, and it is. Yeah, and it's so smooth. I like a new pair of blades. I mean, who doesn't? But these brakes, holy moly. Okay, so let's just stop here really quick. There's no cars behind us. But what I want to show you is at a complete stop on an incline, how does this thing handle? So you press the gas, and there is a hesitation. And that's to help prevent slippage starting out, which is kind of where you get in trouble. But it just kind of eases you into that acceleration. So I'm pretty impressed with it. I didn't have any slippage at all. You know, so as soon as you hit that accelerator, yeah, it just helps you ease into it, which is amazing. Now granted, this isn't really deep snow, but it's definitely snow, and it's been driven on, so you got some pack there, snow pack. So that makes it more slippery. I'm pretty impressed. The super handling all-wheel drive does a really good job. So I'm really hoping we can get some fresh powder lines. Not there. But these tires are actually doing pretty good in the snow. Okay, let's see, turning. Okay, there was some slippage, but you ease off of that accelerator and it helps recover really easily. So, pressing the brakes, there's nobody behind us. So stopping, and then pressing that gas down. Okay, so we are sliding. Now, if you have that slippage, of course, ease off that accelerator. But the intelligence of the super handling all-wheel drive, it does actually help. So you can help prevent some of that slippage, but this is very packed snow, and so it's more slippery than fresh powder. Okay, going around this corner here. Feels really good. I didn't lose traction at all. Okay, so we've got a fresh line here. Pressing the accelerator. It's only when I really slam on the accelerator that it loses traction, but you're not going to be doing that in real life conditions. I'm just trying to see what the edge of control is, right? Okay, so how about in a circle? Okay, yeah. You can actually get into a slide if you accelerate around. So you just have to be careful. It is possible. It is possible. Just to show you. If you're trying to get in a slide, you can get in a slide with this thing. So it's not like it's impossible to do that. But if you're trying to be careful, you know, it's got decent handling actually. Okay, so if you're trying to be careful, you're trying not to crash, the MDX will do a pretty good job. And if you need to get up to those ski resorts or getting through some of the more treacherous segments where the snow is going to be pretty deep, I think this will be a pretty decent performer in the snow. All right, so let's see here. Going around a corner. It really does hold. So far, I am liking it. So this is where I think it's kind of fun to see. So we're gonna go around the corner to the left. Okay, there's no cars. I mean, it shows you that all the wheels are engaged. Tap those brakes. You don't want to just slam on your brakes because that's where you're going to lose traction. So just give it a little tappy. A little taparoo. And the surface of the road here, it's not really icy underneath, which is good. That's the scary stuff, and that's when pretty much nothing helps you. But this has a pretty decent amount of stickiness to it. All right, so when you got these, you know, where it's partially covered with snow, you can see that it sends most power to the front. But a decent amount to the back, so it gives you a pretty good balance, and you don't want a ton of power in the back, right? You want it to kind of pull you up, and less power in the back to have that prevention of fishtailing and, you know, that kind of thing. So that's pretty smart. Let's try that again. No one in back of us, okay? I'm going to just press the accelerator. Oh, that's interesting. Keeps it pretty much equal in that one. But I had a decent amount of traction on the road, right? So you can see that. decent. By the way, the MDX does have a heated steering wheel, and the button is right there, which is where it should be on all steering wheels. This I can't stand. Because you got to be able to put your, you got to put your hand right here when you're cruising, right? But it doesn't have it. And I don't know why. The Type S badge looks amazing, but I want that to grab onto. All right. That was a pretty sweet Civic. So let's go up my favorite hill. It's pretty steep, but they usually plow it pretty good. So we might not get some fun, but it might still be fun. And I'm looking at that super handling all-wheel drive. We're getting more power to the front than in the rear. But now the rear gets some. Not bad. And of course, there's still quite a bit of road exposed, so it's not slipping at all. So this isn't really a challenge for the MDX. Let's find something more difficult. All right, so we're going up an incline, and then we're gonna go up an even bigger incline. So starting out, we are slipping a bit because it is on a hill. But I press that accelerator and it makes those micro adjustments. So it gets up the hill with no problem at all. Yeah, we didn't really slip. You could sense some slippage in the tires, but the intelligence of this vehicle is so good that it just adjusts for that, and then it's not a problem at all. I want you to see what the torque vectoring is doing, or super handling all-wheel drive. Start out. That was sliding. Yeah, like this can get unstable if you're like going crazy with the gas. So you just gotta change the way you're driving, because any car, it doesn't matter, and any kind of tires, you can get out of control if you're not being careful, of course. But these are not snow tires. So you do need to be thinking about that. I would be very curious how this would handle with snow tires. The only problem is once you put snow tires on, then you lose out on the rest of the performance handling. And Acura puts these tires on this car for a reason, because they're very quiet, they're very nice, they're very subdued. Snow mode is doing a pretty decent job. I'm pretty pleased with it. Super handling all-wheel drive in this performance package, great. Just because it's a Type S doesn't mean it can't do snow with the best of them. And I'm pretty convinced that this could do anything in the snow. It's got the clearance, generally, I would say. So it's not bad. Not bad. All right. Now here's where I really wanted to try this thing out in. Up the canyon. And I don't want to test how slippery the road is. I can already tell it is slippery, so what do you do when there's snow on the road? You slow down. That's the biggest thing, all right? don't push your car beyond the limits of its own capacity. But if you're wanting to get through some of this terrain, it can totally do it. Just gotta be smart about it. Gotta be careful. Alright, because some of these roads, they're very unpredictable, we'll just say. It's so quiet though, because it's not slushy snow necessarily. I can definitely sense some slippage here. So with any system, you just gotta go slower. It's not worth the risk of going over the edge just to see how fast you can go. So that's not what I'm always about. I just like to see how it handles and can it do what I need it to do. And this is doing it. It's doing a great job. I don't even think this has been plowed really. Looks like some cars have been up here, but that's about it. But it's doing great. Yeah. Press the accelerator. It still grabs on. The intelligence is there. See how it does this corner. Yeah, it keeps you in the trajectory. You know, you steer and it goes in the direction. It just doesn't give you any doubts. But I think where you're gonna run into the limits is when you start to get more slippery conditions. You know, if this was to turn to ice, then you're gonna wanna really get a snow tire that has the rating to handle that kind of surface. These tires, the all-season tires, they're not bad. All right, should we see if we can get stuck in the snow? Go off-road here. Ah. Did not get stuck. So that's good. Ooh, it's got some skid marks there. So let's do a test here. Completely snow-packed road, right? And no plows have been on this street. No plows have been on this road. It's not real deep, so it's only about an inch, maybe 2 inches. So just enough to give you a sense for the snow handling of this vehicle. But let's go ahead. Nobody behind us, right? Okay. Let's get in the middle of the road, just in case. Okay, let's do stop. Okay, now let's see. Let's see how it is. Press the gas. Okay, it's adjusting. As soon as it slips, it does adjust and send power where it needs. Now, it's not gonna do it all for you completely. You do need to be aware of what it's doing. Ease off the gas, you know, do some micro adjustments on the steering. But doing that, it's gonna get you anywhere. Oh, but look how beautiful this is. Wow. So beautiful. Wow. So pretty. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Phenomenal. Let's see what this tire's doing. Get some tire action. I mean, you can tell there's some slippage. These are not snow tires. But also, as we're slipping, the anti-slippage system is kicking in so that you're not going to get too out of control with it, right? So let me show you what it looks like at a full stop. You can see when you get to the point where you're too much into the torque, you ease off the gas. Now let's just do a normal acceleration, okay? Normal. Nothing crazy. Look at that. And that's really all you're gonna do going up a snowy hillside. You're not gonna take any chances with any slippage at all, right? So you're just gonna be smart about it, you know, but you're gonna have some fun. Gorgeous. Oh. Have I ever told you how much I love the snow? If you haven't ever heard me say that, go watch some of my other videos with my Integras. And we've had a lot of fun in the snow. So I'll give some links to some in the description and at the end of this video. So, but man, these tires, I am quite impressed with them. They're doing pretty amazing. And it is just beautiful up here, holy moly. So yeah, you could probably go anywhere with this. I am really curious though, in the really deep snow, this is only 1 or 2 inches, so be sure to come back for more, because I do want to see how this handles with some more severe snow, you know, more severe snow conditions. This is decent snow, but I want to see what it does with severe snow. I mean, this is entirely covered. I mean, check this out. We're going around a corner here, right? So you don't want to lose control. Ease off the accelerator. Is it going to keep you into that turn? And it is. I mean, we're going 25 miles an hour. We're not going too slow. It's keeping us on the road, right? Traction is doing great. It is doing great. Wow, love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's just go see what this is looking like. Yeah, that's awesome. This has performed very well in the snow, and it's looking good. I mean, look at that. No special effects there. Such a beautiful scene. The MDX. It's looking good. Nature is definitely fun with these cars. And the sweet thing is, look Look at this. I mean, just look at that. So gorgeous. Looks amazing. Yeah, just handles so well. So dang well. As you would expect. I mean, super handling. They call it super handling for a reason. It's not a gimmick. It's actually quite super. I think marketing was probably going to call it super duper handling all-wheel drive, but as DPH, it was just too much. Now, something I'm going to show you that I like to do in the snow is this sequential mode. Put it in sequential mode, and now you've got instant brakes going down the mountain. It gives you more torque, so you don't have to brake as much, which is great. So I have this in sequential mode. You can see the RPMs are up a little bit more, you know, almost to 3,000. But I don't have any brakes on right now. I'm just going down the hill, no brakes at all. So it's a really good way to get down a mountain, put it into snow mode, and then sequential mode. And I'm seriously not going down with any brakes. But going down a hill, very snowy, snow-covered hill, you know, it's doing a great job. I've got power to all wheels. You can see those little blue markers on the super handling all-wheel drive system. So this is a pretty amazing system. So if you're somebody who goes up to the ski resorts, I would definitely be comfortable taking this. Now, the only thing that I would want to do is get a ski rack, because I don't know if I'd want to put all my gear in the back. You probably could. Could you? Teggy could. Could this? I don't know. Maybe we need to try that sometime. But this is amazing. No brakes. I haven't used the brakes at all this entire time. So it's keeping us very stable. It's fantastic. I'm liking it quite a bit. So I guess I'm gonna just kind of wrap it up here, because I am impressed. Be sure to subscribe so that you can see the future videos of the Dexy in the snow, because we're gonna have more snowstorms, and this is just a small storm. I mean, we got a couple inches, but we're hoping 6 to 8 inches soon. So I'm gonna take her out again when it gets real deep, and we'll see how that goes, because I think it'll do amazing. But I'm always curious, and this situation is, there's no snow tires involved. No snow tires. So if we put some snow tires on, holy moly, that would be quite incredible. So we'll see. We never did with our Pilot. We never had to. We were never in any situation where it felt unsafe. And when it gets to be icy, you do like to have some snowstorms, but it's really, most of the time, not necessary. But personally, I like a snow tire. I just think they're great. And on Dexy, I think it would be incredible. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So make sure you subscribe. Thanks again for coming along with us. We hope this was quite advantageous for you and helped you get a taste for what the MDX is capable of. An old Japanese proverb once said, "One kind word can warm 3 winter months." So leave a comment and be sure to subscribe and like, so we can continue to test the heck out of the MDX Type S. Stay tuned for what we hope will be a massive snowstorm coming up soon. And if not, I'm sure the MDX will be ready for when it is. Bye.